Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my last Q&A leading up to the premiere for The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 7, Sing Me a Song. And spoiler warning, of course, if you're not caught up for The Walking Dead. So, I want to thank you guys for continuing to send me all of the questions that you've had this week. I've been able to make videos pretty much every day, even though I felt like after episode 6 it might be a little tricky because I felt like there wasn't as much to touch on as usual, with it kind of being the Tara and Heath episode, and there are only being so many, things that can come from that. So, the first question for this one is from Zasmanreviews, and he says, Trev, how long do you think it will be until Rick finds out about the Oceanside? I'm guessing a season or two. And I think you're about right, Zasman. I think that's probably what it's going to be. I think it will be within a season before Tara has to actually say something, because I think right now Tara's just got back and she's, keeping her promise for now. But she doesn't understand how bad of a state Rick and the others are actually in. She doesn't understand how bad the Alexandria state is right now. If Rick and the others are not able to find anything useful, it could get pretty dire. It could be a bad situation, and she may have to, in order to save people that are part of the Alexandria group, she may have to give him that information, and we might get into one of those storylines where maybe he gets upset that she didn't tell him sooner, this kind of thing, and then maybe they have to act on it. So that'd be pretty messed up if Rick and the others have to, maybe try to sneak in and steal some weapons from the Oceanside or something, or attack them or something. Hopefully it will be in a positive way, and they'll have to ask them for help, maybe to fight back against Negan and the Saviors. Hopefully it won't be they'll have to attack them to get supplies or something to give to Negan. That would be pretty weak. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I think it'll be within a season or two. But they're bringing in a lot of different communities. There's a lot of different things happening, so it could easily get pushed back a bit as well. Next one was from Mahalo, who said, wasn't Morgan building some kind of a cell last season? Did anything come or will come of that? So, yeah, absolutely there's some stuff that's going to come from that, but it's spoiler territory if we get into discussing what the cell is going to be for. But it's a pretty nice cell if you look at it. He did a pretty damn good job building it, and I'm sure it's going to become useful in the future. But, not right away. There's a lot of different set pieces they're setting up in the Walking Dead world that we'll see come back into play later on. They're putting a lot of care, a lot of detail into this, and really setting things up for a few seasons here, I feel like, in the last little bit, especially with all these new communities. Henrik Riibe says, hey Trev, who is your favorite villain of all time from any series, TV series, movie, etc.? By the way, love your channel. Keep out the great work. So thanks, Henrik. Favorite villain of all time from anything? Well, Negan's pretty badass, I'll be honest with you. Negan is one of my all-time favorite villains for sure. If you're talking not just Walking Dead, like anything, probably the Joker. I want to say the Joker might be my all-time favorite villain because he has so many different iterations, so many different versions of the character, so many different, live-action versions. You got the Jack Nicholson Joker, you got Ledger Joker, who might be my all-time favorite villain. You've got, just all kinds of different versions. The cartoon version with Mark Hamill playing the voice. I mean, all the comics and everything. The Joker is pretty hard to beat. I also like from Marvel, Magneto is my favorite villain when it comes to comics, and then aside from that, Negan and the Governor. The Governor is one of my favorite villains too. TV series version David Morrissey Governor is one of my all-time favorite villains as well too. And then of course Ramsay from Game of Thrones was pretty badass as well too. So there's so many in different series. You guys can write your comments below. Who are some of your all-time favorite villains? They don't have to be just Walking Dead. They could be any series. Maybe some Gus Fring fans, Breaking Bad, or some other shows. Write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Next one's from Lucas B, who says, Q&A Trev, do you know what happened to the ZeusTuber? His account has been inactive for over a month, and many of us miss his reviews and insight. Hope everything's all right with him and that you will collab again with him soon. So I'll see about that. I'd like to do another collab with him. So we'll see, maybe during the break or something if he has time. I don't know personally the last month, but I know he was busy with school. So I'm thinking probably he's just busy with school. When we were doing the collab and stuff, I don't know how much space he has and that kind of thing, or his setup, if his setup is that good for him right now to film videos in. If he's in, some kind of dorm or something like that for school, I'm not sure. So that could be really, really difficult for him to kind of work on the channel if there's people all around, that kind of thing, or roommate or whatever. I don't know. I don't know that much about him. We did the one collab together, and he seems like a really good kid and everything. I think he's just busy with school, to be honest with you, which happens sometimes. Sometimes you just got to take a break from things, and I think he'll be back. I think he will, because I know he loves The Walking Dead. He loves The Walking Dead a lot. So, Julio Bernal says, Q&A Trev, do you think once March to War and All Out War happens, the ratings will go back up again? Yeah, I mean, they should go back. I'm kind of surprised they've actually gone down to the level that they're at right now. But I think it's just, we've discussed, the ratings and kind of what's going on with that. I think mainly, it's just kind of the way the season started off and kind of the feeling that the season has that is off-putting to a lot of viewers. But I think once the group starts to regain their footing and Rick and the others start to see an opportunity to fight back against Negan, I feel like they will, and I think a lot of viewers will come back and would love to see Negan be defeated by Rick and the others when they eventually fight back and do try to overcome the Saviors. So we'll see what happens in the TV series and how that all fits and how many seasons that takes and whatever happens with that. And I do think that the ratings will go back up for it. But I do also think that maybe Season 5 may be the all-time peak. And I think after this season premiere did not surpass No Sanctuary in terms of ratings, and this season has been lower overall, far lower than Season 5 was, I also would say that I think Season 5 might be the highest The Walking Dead will ever get. So hopefully not, but as long as the show continues, I'm fine with it. As long as it doesn't slip too much, and then, AMC having to bring the budget back a bit and kind of be more restrictive, and it would affect how many things they can do with it, how much they can do with it, because if they don't have enough cash to do it with, and AMC's not willing to put it out because they feel like it's not going to get enough to pay it back, then it could be an issue. But I think it'll be fine. So, but yeah, I'm expecting it to go back. Even hopefully tonight's episode, it will do better than the last few have, and the mid-season finale should as well. Glenn Ree's Ghost says, it would be funny once they capture Negan, then maybe Daryl can play Easy Street for him. So that'd be funny. So if they captured Negan and Daryl kind of locked him up and they played Easy Street, that'd be funny. That would be a good setup. So nice call there, Glenn. That would be good. Tony Smith says, what do you think the Walking Dead universe would look like in 100 years' time? Will there be no human beings left? Will groups be massive in size, like countries and cities, or small local groups? Would the English language devolve into a more primitive form? What do you think, Trev? So it's a good question from Tony, and you guys can write your comments below. I've always felt like the reason in the Walking Dead universe that we follow Rick is because I felt like Rick and the survivors are the group that is going to kind of restart civilization. So they're like the main group, I think, and I could be wrong about this, that kind of restarts civilization, and we kind of come back, so to speak. So and kind of defeat the zombie threat or the zombie apocalypse, and they survive on through. And yeah, it should be huge after a while. I mean, it should just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I think over time, sometimes it gets knocked down and then bigger and bigger and bigger, knocked down, bigger, bigger, bigger. So it's like 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, this kind of thing, and that it should get bigger and bigger and bigger, but that you will have some receding points too, such as wars and things like that, where he'll have a good number of the survivors be killed. Things will happen, but then eventually they will kind of grow even further over time. So that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, they should be big, hundreds into eventually thousands. In 100 years, you're looking at probably tens of thousands, that type of thing. So really starting to spread quickly, I would think. Johnny M says, hey Trev, I have a 2-part question. I hope you get a chance to answer both. At this rate of The Walking Dead, when do you think we will get the scene when Carl... okay, so he gets into some comic book things here. I'm dying to see that on TV. So what are your favorite, top 3 favorite quotes from Carl from the comics? My favorite line is when Carl says, this world is my father and I've got its looks. And then he points towards his eye. Keep up the great work, Trev. I enjoy watching your videos. So thanks, Johnny. Yeah, Carl's got some amazing lines in the comic book series. That's one of my favorites when he says that to Rick, because he has kind of some arguments with Rick in that. Some of the others, I mean, you know, when he kills Ben in the comics, which of course in the TV series will never happen, that's a pretty amazing part there as well too, I think. And you know, he's got quite a few others as well, too. I like it when he gets in the fight with the other boys and he hits the one with, what is it? They hit him with a brick, right? And then he gets a shovel. It's just funny. So we'll see if that gets adapted in the TV series or not in the future. It may or may not. That'd be like a few years from now anyway. So don't worry, spoilerphobes. That's like something way down the road. And we don't even know if we're going to see that. We're not even close to that at this point. Or even if there'll even be characters like that at that point. We'll see. So, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming up with Lucille I want to see and with Carl. So I can't wait to see that. So, Cigar Nixica, we'll do a couple more, says, Death Battle, Fat Joey, Savior with Colt Python versus Fat Jerry, Ezekiel's bodyguard. I gotta go with Fat Jerry there, my friend. I like Jerry, he's pretty funny. Jack Goldberg said, Trev, how come you're not reviewing Westworld? And it's just a matter of not having enough time. Sunday nights is Walking Dead night. Other stuff, I've fallen behind on Westworld. I did a review for the premiere, and it's in the channel, but I haven't reviewed it since then. So heads up for that if anyone wants to check it out. You can check that out. It's in the channel. But I don't know if I'm going to get that into Westworld. I've never been that big on Westerns, so, you know, maybe I'll check it out again because it's got some AI stuff in it as well. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I do. Anyway, I'll wrap it up for today because we don't have too many questions for this week. And, of course, enjoy the hell of the episode tonight, guys. I'll be back for the review. Not feeling too well this week. I'm a little bit sick. So, but I'll see you guys back tonight, otherwise, regardless, for the review tonight. If you like this quick Q&A, please thumb it up below, guys. You can also share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you tonight. Just subscribe somehow.